All right, we are back with Meghan Rhatigan, VP of Talent Acquisition Experience with Marriott International.
When we take a look at being able to look at it as a business, which is, I've always said that, staffing treats recruiting as a business where TA as a job.
Yep.
Right? So you're looking at it as a business.
Yes.
So when you take a look at it, are you constantly looking at the savings and let's say, for instance, how much more recruitment are you getting out of this database of candidates that you've already bought, you've already paid for, percentage-wise versus what it used to be?
Yeah. So to be honest, in the used to be factor, we didn't necessarily pay attention. Because of the fact that
Surprising?
no. we were living in the glory days of having as many candidates as we want, so we didn't necessarily need to look at source of applicant, what's going to convert into better quality candidates and what percent. Who cares? We're just hiring people, right? So when that whole thing changed, that's when we started to care, because we were like, oh, wait, we actually need to be intentional about where we're spending our money for candidates and how does that relate to quality and then conversion down in the funnel.
Yeah.
And we don't want a fat funnel. No, we want a skinny funnel that we're looking at quality, all those things that are, somewhat like table stakes. But there are a lot of companies out there that don't know what their data is and don't care. But for us, because we're running a business, it matters. I'm not going to go out and spend a bunch of programmatic spend when I'm not seeing the conversion. But if I don't know that, there's a bunch of companies throwing away a lot of money and not knowing what's
every day
happening.
So speaking of a lot of other companies, a lot of other companies would be envious of the marketing budget that your organization has. Talk about how the relationship is with marketing, how you've taken technology and sort of scaled marketing, obviously video, social media, all those come into play. How do you guys look at marketing and bringing that into recruitment?
So I mentioned how important organic traffic is to us. And so organic traffic is driven by marketing, right? And driven by our employment brand. So I, myself and our employment brand leader, Shonda Zillick, have a very tight relationship. So we just launched a new employment brand last year called Be. And that has been really, really important because it's all about life at Marriott and being you at Marriott, be curious, be courageous, all of those things. But along with that, we also launched blogs, hundreds of different blogs that are called Life at Marriott. So they're interviews with associates that are in different jobs at different brands all over our company, and we proactively put those out there. So it's almost like a little bit of a realistic job preview, but more in a blog form. So those actually get sent out through our CRM campaigns. They get sent out in our new career site. When you're on there, you're going to see a blog pop up, and you're going to start to interact with that blog. And our hope is that's going to be marketing that wants you to, that you're oh, you know what? I connect with that person. I want to work at Marriott. Let me come on in. So a lot of what we do is about life at Marriott and what's it like to work here, and then pushing those out. But we actually put a lot of stuff out through our organic social channels, but we don't pay for a lot of social media. We don't see conversion there, so we don't spend a lot of money, but it's still important for us to use our own organic traffic.
So will you see your chatbot on these blog posts as well? So it's sort of indirectly funneling traffic into the job post.
Always a connection. Always a great
thing.
So when it comes to marketing your consumer company, you touch a lot of consumers who are trying to get a job at Marriott or one of the properties. Does marketing understand the impact, negative, positive, or negative, that you and the team could have on the brand?
So interestingly enough, one of the big goals for Marriott as a consumer brand this year is to enroll as many people as we can into our Marriott Bonvoy loyalty program. And our consumer brand actually came to us within talent acquisition and said, hey, can we somehow plug the ability for people to enroll in Bonvoy into our recruiting process? We're yeah, actually, I think we can do that. So just last week, Shonda shared a stat. We've enrolled 5,000 people into Marriott Bonvoy through our career channel. So to your point, a lot of times it's like, and we work really closely with our Marriott Bonvoy team, but they came to us to help to get more enrollments, and we've helped them, which is a little bit of an interesting twist and something you don't typically see, but it's been obviously pretty successful in the 5,000 enrollments that we've seen.
So tactically, how did that work? Did you just sort of blast email? Do I apply and then get invited?
Yeah,
How did that work?
it's actually a very subtle. At the end of our application process, it says, "Would you like to enroll in Marriott Bonvoy?" And they can check it and say,
"Does it say to improve your chances of an interview?" Okay,
nope, none of that. No, it can't.
Does that be a little flaky, little suspect?
Yeah, it's just a little. Like enroll in our talent community and sign up for Marriott Bonvoy.
So do you see a convergence because it feels like tech is bringing all the departments together quicker?
Yeah.
So do you see a convergence with technology in being able to really meld all the different, not just marketing, but sales and all the different operation aspects of Marriott? Do you think tech is doing that, or you just think it's the landscape in itself?
I mean, I think it's a little bit of both, honestly. Like, so for us, like, do we have a bit of a bubble that we live in within the talent acquisition space? But there's indirect benefits. So, like, for example, by us taking off of our hiring managers' plates the need to go in, review resumes, and schedule their own interviews, we're essentially like freeing them up to spend more time with our guests, spend more time on the operations. So for us, like, yeah, it's an indirect benefit, but at the same time, like, we are I'll say it again, a hospitality company. And so our hiring managers need to be on the floor, spending time with guests, not reviewing interviews. Or reviewing resumes. So like for us, like that's what we're looking at is like, how can we create efficiency for them to be able to do what matters most and spend time with the guests. And I think for us, it's our operational hat that we always wear. And of course, like tendentially, like, of course, we've got like impacts on the tech side, and our finance partners are always looking at what we're doing, how much money are we spending and all that. But operations really is the name of the game and something we focus a lot on.
Let's talk about automation.
Yep.
We're seeing more hotels go to kiosk systems where I don't have to talk to somebody. We're even seeing robotics on the housekeeping side, or hey, if you don't want housekeeping.
Yeah.
How does Marriott view automation and replacing workers with tools that aren't human beings?
So again, I would say that I think we have a very similar view as a company overall, as I have personally within my recruiting space, and that's like, we're not going to take the human out of things, and we're really going to look at ways that automation can make us more efficient in the background, or make it easier for guests to, let's say, like order breakfast for room service in the morning, or request housekeeping, or get more towels, or whatever the situation is. But I don't really ever see us in a situation where we're taking the people completely out of our hotels and we have a bunch of robots running around. Like, that's just never going to work. Because then, again, I talked about that brand talent piece earlier and how important it is to hire people that, are a fit for the brand and also a fit for a guest. Like, what's the point if we start to take people out? Like, it's just not it's not aligned with our
people are expensive, Meghan.
Yes,
people
they are
expensive.
But and we get that, which is why we're looking for automation, but we're not going to take them out of what they do best, which is, interact and serve the guests.
And you are a hospitality company.
We are. Say it again.
Just make sure you pronounce it Marriott.
Yeah, exactly.
Marriott. That is Meghan Rhatigan, VP of Talent Acquisition Experience. Meghan, where can I learn more about Marriott?
So careers.marriott.com, and we're launching a new career site in 2 weeks, October 22nd. I don't know when it's going to be put out, but we're super excited about that. But if you go to Google and put Marriott Careers, we're going to be at the top of the list. So
very good.
There you go.
Put in a good word for me at the RIT, apparently. That is another one in the countdown.
Yeah.